Hey, it's Rafael Cintron here, teaching you about how to legally lower your taxes, get a second citizenship, move abroad, and travel the world. In this video, I'm going to show you the best passports to get as a cryptocurrency investor, and we're also going to talk about the best residence permits to get that are tax-friendly and also crypto-friendly, because a lot of countries don't like cryptocurrency or they put certain restrictions. So let's talk first about the best passports that you should get either through citizenship by investment or naturalization for a crypto investor. The first one, if you have around a 7-figure net worth, maybe in the multiple 6 figures, you want to look at Caribbean citizenship by investments. For example, I went through the St. Kitts citizenship by investment. It's about $150,000 donation. You can also go for Dominica. It's another island in the Caribbean. They're all in the Caribbean region. Dominica is about $100,000. St. Lucia is also about $105,000, $110,000. So it's a little bit cheaper than St. Kitts. If you're in that high 6-figure range, 7-figure net worth, and you want to get another passport, maybe you're a US citizen, you want to quit your US citizenship, maybe you're a citizen of a high tax country and you just want to have a plan B in case something happens, definitely those countries in the Caribbean are going to be very quick as well. You can get them in about 6 to 12 months with that investment, and it's very streamlined. They love that process of just getting a client, the client pays. Obviously, you need to go through due diligence. They need to check on you, make sure that you haven't had any criminal record or your bank accounts don't match. Maybe you got a weird payment to pay for the citizenship. So they will check on all this. They want to make sure that you're legitimate, but usually 99.9% of people get approved unless you do something horrible, and you can actually get the passport and you can renounce your US citizenship. You can have that plan B. You can maybe improve your travel privileges if you come from a country where your passport is not that great. You can definitely do that. The Caribbean is the best region for this. The amount is quite low for a passport which you're going to be carrying for the rest of your life. The next one, if you want to diversify your investments, you don't want to make a donation, you don't want just to give money to a country, you want to actually move it into another investment that is not cryptocurrency, would be Turkey. Turkey has a citizenship by investment program. It's not the strongest passport in the world. In terms of travel freedoms, the Caribbean passports are a little bit better than Turkey because they can go to the Schengen area and they can go to other countries that Turkey can't go. But Turkey is a pretty solid passport, and the way that you can get it, you just have to put $250,000 US in an investment in real estate. Anywhere in the country, you can pretty much buy on the open market. You don't need to go through, for example, in the Caribbean, there's also real estate deals and there's also a real estate option, but you need to go through government approved real estate. In Turkey, you can pretty much buy wherever you want, and I was actually checking a lot of different houses and apartments for $250,000, and close to the beach in the south of Turkey, you can get some crazy mansions, huge villas for $230,000, $250,000, $280,000. So definitely, if you want to get a passport that's a little bit more out there, a little bit not so desirable, but maybe you have some Turkish people that you want to meet in Turkey, maybe you want to spend time in Turkey, maybe you want to just travel to the countries that the Turkish passport allows you to travel, or you just want to have a plan B. Just in case your country goes crazy, I have that plan B. Turkey would be a great option, and you don't need to make a donation. It's just you hold that investment for 3 years, and maybe you want to diversify. Maybe you're a crypto maxi or a Bitcoin maxi, and you want to have just a little bit more diversification, but you don't want to give that money away. Turkey is definitely a great option. The next one would be Malta. Citizenship by investment, a member of the European Union, beautiful country. I've been there and it's absolutely stunning. And if you have a, let's say, 8-figure net worth, high 7-figure or maybe 9-figure, you're worth 100 million, maybe even more in cryptocurrency. Malta is one where you can donate about $850,000 US with the fees, you have to get a rental agreement. With all of that, it'll probably be around $1.1 million to $1.2 million in sunk costs that you need to go through that program, but you can live anywhere in the European Union. You can travel to pretty much any country that you want. It's one of the strongest passports in the world, and you get it within 12 months. So it's a very, very streamlined process, and it's the only process in the EU that takes that little time. The other process, which we're going to talk about in a second, takes about 5 to 6 years. This one is just 1 year. So if you are willing to give that money, 1.1 million, 1.2 million, maybe you're worth 20 million and you don't really know what to do with that, or hey, I want to improve my travel privileges, or I'm a US citizen, I want to have a really good passport that matches up with the US passport, then the Maltese passport would definitely be the way to go. The next passport would be the Portuguese passport through the Portugal Golden Visa. This one takes a while, 5 to 6 years. Portugal is extremely crypto friendly. A lot of people interested in cryptocurrency, investing in cryptocurrency with high net worths, they go to Portugal because capital gains, the law for capital gains doesn't include crypto, and the way that they frame the law says that cryptocurrency gains are not taxed the same way that other investments are taxed. So you basically could get taxed at 0%. You do need to make sure that you have a good lawyer, a good accountant that does the process properly, because the law is phrased a little bit vague. So yes, you have a 0% tax rate, but you need to make sure that you apply it in the right way and you get a good accountant that can actually get you a 0% tax rate, not make any mistakes so that they might tax you at a capital gains rate. So you do need to make sure of that, but you can typically get a 0% tax rate or 0% capital gains tax rate on your cryptocurrency. Obviously, if you're a US citizen, you're still gonna pay US taxes, so you will need to renounce your US citizenship in order to have that. Then what you can do with the Golden Visa, you can make an investment between 350,000 euro, which is about $420,000, to about 500,000 euro, which is about $600,000. You can either do it in an investment fund in real estate, an investment fund in a venture capital fund, or in real estate. So for example, I'm going through the process now. I'm looking at properties all over Portugal, and I found a lawyer that she absolutely goes beyond anything that I've ever seen. She actually goes to the properties, she checks with the owners. It's like she's buying the property for herself, and I love the process. And she actually is showing me 2 properties. Each is 250,000 euro, so about $300,000. And I'm going to buy those 2 properties in different parts of the country. And I hope to buy them before the deadline of December 2021, which then the rules are gonna change. If you wanna know all about the rules about the Golden Visa, I actually made a whole video about it. You can check it in the link in the description. It's also gonna be at the top of this video. After 5 or 6 really years, you can get the passport, the citizenship, your Portuguese citizenship. You can live anywhere in the European Union. It's one of the strongest passports in the world. Like I said, with Malta, you can go anywhere you want in the world. So that is a 6-year process, 6-year commitment, but at the end of that, you get a great passport. And also, if you have maybe other income streams apart from cryptocurrency, remember I said you can get a 0% tax rate, but if you have other income, if you do the Golden Visa, you can apply for non-habitual residence, which basically means a 10-year tax exemption, 10-year tax vacation, and you don't need to pay taxes for the next 10 years. So that's a great program that you can go maybe live in Portugal and have your income there, just trade cryptocurrencies in Portugal, not pay taxes for the next 10 years. And then at the end of year 6, you have your passport and you can go pretty much wherever you want. Also, just a note, before considering all of these citizenship by investment programs, I highly recommend you to look at your family tree. Maybe your parents, your grandparents, maybe even your wife or your husband, the person that shares your life with you, or maybe you're single. Look at your upper family tree, your parents, your grandparents, and see if any of them have any citizenships or any citizenships that they could pass on to you, or desirable citizenships. Maybe you come from a country that is at war and your parents came from that country, they came to a better country, and now you have the citizenship of this better country. Obviously not good to add on that war country citizenship, but if, for example, your grandma is from France and you were living in the United States, you could potentially get French citizenship by descent. Or maybe you're married to a Belgian woman, or maybe you're married to whoever. Maybe you could get citizenship by marriage. So definitely you want to look at your family tree. They do take a longer time than citizenship by investment, especially with this situation around the world. They are taking quite a while. So you want to make sure that you look at all the paperwork that you need, you call the embassy or the consulate, and you actually talk to one of the people in charge to see all of the requirements, see what you need to do in order to do that. If you want help with that, it is a tough process. I've tried to do it with my family, didn't really work out because they really have some cutoffs depending on the country. that you're getting the passport, the cutoffs are different. So if you want help with any of this, you can book a one-on-one call with that link in the description. I'm really happy to help you with all of this process, citizenship by investment, citizenship by descent, and all of this. Now that we talked about the passports that you could get and the citizenships that you can get, what about the residences? Maybe you have a pretty solid passport and you don't think my country's gonna go crazy. You think, okay, my country's fine. I'm not a US citizen. I don't need to pay taxes to my country and I can just expat and go to another place. What are the places that I can actually live and having a quality of life that is really good, and also a 0% tax rate on crypto? So you can go, the first one would be here. The UAE, the United Arab Emirates, Dubai is the city where I'm actually in right now. I don't really live here all of the time, but I do spend a lot of time here. And here it is 0% tax on everything. Zero tax on everything. 0% capital gains tax, 0% income tax, corporate tax. All that is 0%. There is a 5% VAT, but that is more for products sold here and that actually maybe even sourced here. So the law is different. If you're selling things sourced somewhere else, and you're not selling them here in the UAE, and you are doing crypto trading or cryptocurrency investment, you don't need to worry about that 5% VAT. So definitely you could get away with a 0% tax rate. A lot of people with really, really high net worths in cryptocurrency, they live here. There's a lot of conferences about Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency here in Dubai, and just the space is absolutely great with people. And it's also a great quality of life. I recently made a video on why I chose Dubai for my tax savings. You can check on that and see all the details why Dubai is one of the best places that you could spend time as a crypto investor. The next one, for people looking for more of a tropical feel, more Latino place, would be Costa Rica. Costa Rica in Spanish, they have a 0% capital gains tax rate on cryptocurrency. A lot of people are attracted to the country to actually go there, maybe in the surfing towns in the west. You can definitely spend really good time there. It's absolutely beautiful and the weather is also great. And you're also close to, for example, maybe you're coming from the US or Canada, you want to have the same time zone. You can definitely do that if you want to call your family. Maybe you have some clients or you're just having a business partner that is in the US or Canada. You can definitely have that same time zone. You're pretty close to it, can take a quick flight. So definitely Costa Rica has attracted a lot of expats, a lot of travelers from the US, from Canada, and from many other countries. Highly recommend the country. I've seen a lot of people tell me that live in Costa Rica that crime rates are going up, that it's not as safe to live as it was before. A lot of people have gotten their houses broken into. A lot of people have gotten their phones stolen just on the street randomly. So crime is a problem, especially if you live in the main city, San Jose, which I don't really recommend. All of the Latin American main cities tend to be pretty crazy and the crime rates tend to be pretty high. So do keep that in mind in case you are considering Costa Rica. Definitely a beautiful place with great weather, but do keep that in mind. The next one, like I mentioned in the citizenship by investment, maybe you're not interested in citizenship by investment, maybe you're just interested in residing there, would be Malta. Maybe you come from the EU and you are tired of paying cryptocurrency taxes on the country where you're living, maybe in Italy or Germany. I have a client in Italy, for example. He was paying $300,000 per year in taxes. We moved him to Malta, and now he's paying about $10,000 per year in taxes. So we lowered his tax bracket or his tax payment from $300,000 to $10,000, saved him $290,000 in taxes to pay. And Malta is one of those countries where they have a 0% capital gains tax rate. Long-term holders don't get taxed on their crypto gains, only on high frequency trading, only on day trading. So if you are a day trader, high frequency trader in crypto, then you might not benefit from this because they only not tax long-term crypto gains. So if you're just looking to buy cryptocurrency and hold for the long term, then you won't get taxed. And Malta, definitely a country that has attracted a lot of people. I was there. Absolutely a beautiful place to spend time. The next one, in another region of the world, in Asia, if you're looking for example, that Thailand living, that Asia vibe, or maybe you just like, for example, the women there. I know a lot of people, they go to Thailand just because they like Thai women, or maybe you just like the lifestyle, the food, the weather, whatever it is. Malaysia would be a great country for that. They have no taxes on long-term crypto gains. So again, just like Malta, if you are planning to buy and hold for the long term, Malaysia can be a great country for you to choose. It's right next to Singapore, connected to all the other countries by airports, so it's very easy to fly in and fly out. right next to Thailand as well. You can go to Thailand. Now with their residence program, the My Second Home program, they've made it a lot harder. The requirements are a lot higher. But if you are looking for that Asian living, and maybe you don't want to go to Thailand, you want a little bit more polished lifestyle, maybe be right next to Singapore, which is pretty much almost impossible to get a residence there unless you have maybe $3 million, $4 million, $10 million that you want to actually invest in the country. And it's right next to Singapore, very connected to all the other places, much less investment than what Singapore will require you. And you still have that amazing Asian vibe and Asian feel and food and lifestyle, then definitely Malaysia could be a great option for you. And then the last place I'm gonna mention here for US citizens, if you're a US citizen considering moving somewhere, you don't wanna renounce your US citizenship, you just wanna go to a place where you can pay 0% tax, then you have Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. I'm from Puerto Rico. I made a video on why I left Puerto Rico because I got tired of the place. So you might feel the same way. If you move to Puerto Rico, you might get tired after a couple of months. You can get a 0% tax rate on all your cryptocurrency gains, but you do need to spend there 6 months or more every single year. So make sure that if you're moving to Puerto Rico, don't just do it on a whim. Don't just think, I'm gonna move there, pay 0% tax. Easy, tiger. You do need to live there a long time. Crime rates are high. Prices are really expensive. You need to buy a home in Puerto Rico to make sure you meet that closer connection test in Puerto Rico. You need to spend a lot of time there. You need to adapt yourself. A lot of people don't speak English. They like to speak more Spanish. Are you ready for that? You can watch my video on why I left Puerto Rico and the things that I didn't like about it, and make sure that it is the right decision for you. If you want help with that, my dad is actually an accountant in Puerto Rico. We can help you move to Puerto Rico, but I don't really recommend it. I recommend you explore other places. If you're a US citizen, explore the entire world. There's 200 plus countries out there to experience. You don't need a US territory. And if you are ready, you can renounce your US citizenship later on, because that's really the only way to save on your crypto gains, unless you just hold long term and don't plan to sell for a long time. If you want help with any of this, getting a citizenship by investment, buying a passport, maybe going through citizenship by descent, citizenship by marriage, all of this is my passion. This is what I love. I've done it and I research it every single day. If you want help with this, click that link in the description, book a one-on-one call with me. Let's sit down. Let's see my services work for you. If I can help you get that citizenship of your dreams, or maybe that plan B citizenship, I'm really happy to help you with all of this. Just book a call and make sure you watch the video that's gonna pop up right here. It is the top 10 citizenship by investment programs available all over the world. You're gonna learn a lot from that video, and you might have other options that you haven't considered for citizenship by investment, that you could buy a passport and just get that citizenship for life. Check it out right now. There's gonna be a square here with that video. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified on all of the videos, hit that like button down below, and I will see you on the next video.